Peringatan akan terjadinya bencana krisis pangan global yang dikeluarkan FAO, Organisasi Pangan dan Pertanian PBB, menjadi ancaman serius yang harus diwaspadai oleh semua negara, termasuk Indonesia dan anggota G20 lainnya. Lalu bagaimanakah upaya FAO mendorong terciptanya kolaborasi negara-negara di dunia demi mewujudkan ketahanan pangan bersama? Simak diskusi koresponden CNN Indonesia, Sufiani Tanjung dengan Chief Economist FAO, Maximo Torero.
Pertumbuhan penduduk dunia yang tidak sebanding dengan produksi pangan dan terganggunya pasokan pangan akibat perubahan iklim dan juga perang antara Ukraina dengan Rusia menjadi sejumlah faktor yang menyebabkan terjadinya krisis pangan secara global. Organisasi Pangan dan Pertanian PBB FAO kini kian gencar mengajak sejumlah negara untuk bekerja sama mengatasi dampak dari krisis pangan dunia ini. Lantas apa saja fokus dari FAO untuk mengurangi dampak dari krisis pangan secara global? Saya akan membahasnya dengan Chief Economist dari FAO, Maximo Torero. Good afternoon, Mr. Maximo.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm great. How Bali?
Oh,
Do you enjoy our beautiful island?
It's a beautiful island, a beautiful country.
So I'm gonna hit straight to the first question. What do you think the world situation right now regarding of the world insecurity crisis?
So the world right now is facing a big challenge. This year we have what we call a food access problem, and the reason why it's a food access problem is because food prices has been going up a lot. So the highest historical was in March, then it has declined a little bit, but it's still very high. And means that people which don't have too much resources won't be able to buy food, and that's why we call it food access. This was created by a situation that was after COVID-19, where prices were already going up, but it was exacerbated by the war in Ukraine. And the reason of why it was exacerbated was because Russia Federation and Ukraine export 30% of the cereals in the world, and they are also a key exporter, Russian Federation, of fertilizers. Now, why it was going up before COVID-19? Mostly because of conflict, because of slowdowns and downturns, that's where COVID-19 hit, but also because of climate change. So this year, food access problem. Next year, the major challenge we have is food availability.
Do you think our country will be one of the countries that will facing the same risk in the future?
Your country has progressed enormously in terms of rice production and rice capacity. Right now, you produce what you need and you even export, and you are willing to help other neighbor countries. So I hope if you continue with the correct policies, you will be able to resist and to be resilient to the existing shock. But for sure, as many other countries, Indonesia will be affected because of the increasing prices of fertilizers and input prices. And that's where I think a lot of work needs to be done so that fertilizers can flow, especially for the rice production, because the last thing you want is that the affordability continues to go down for the farmers and that they will plant less for next season. So the expectation is that if you continue doing the correct policies and supporting the agricultural sector, you will be able to cope better. But all the countries will be affected because of the increasing prices.
So what is the benefit or what is the use of the forum of G20 right now in coping the insecurity of food prices?
No, the G20 is extremely important because the G20 brings together the most developed countries, of course the 20 most developed countries, and it can help to create consensus to do the steps that are needed. And what is priority right now? Transparency of information. For example, the G20 of Paris created the Agricultural Market Information System, the AMIS. This G20 is supporting the AMIS substantially. That's really important because it has helped to bring more information of what production is there, what stocks we have to the world, and that helps to reduce problems and to reduce volatility. It also creates initiatives to assure sustainability of economic growth. Especially, it's very important to keep trade open and to keep the flow of food open. And the G20 has been pursuing that. The Agricultural Ministerial is very strong on the importance of keep trade flow. Also important in issues of food safety and in issues of how to increase sustainability and how to cope at the same time with climate change.
Okay, thank you so much for this discussion. Chief Economist FAO, Maximo Torero.
A pleasure.
Hope you have a very good time in Bali right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dan itulah diskusi saya dengan Chief Economist dari FAO, Maximo Torero. Terima kasih banyak dan sampai jumpa.